Yeah, welcome to the next session. So in the next 75 minutes, we're showing a lot of live demos. So that's one of my favorite sessions because I do not have a lot of content. That's a nice thing, and I have a lot of, many partners actually here with very interesting demos. So based on the time, we're having 75 minutes, and it's always tough to show something live, of course, and it's not recorded or anything, right? So we're having, hopefully every demo is fine. If you have questions and we have enough time, then we will cover the question, of course, during every partner slot. If not, then I would ask you actually that we're asking more and more questions actually after the session, if this is okay, yeah? Okay, so my name is Daniel Jonathan Bellick. I'm a part of the Lync product team. I'm a senior product marketing manager for Lync Enterprise, working usually with a lot of partners in the field of contact center, in the field of recording, compliance solutions, and also Lync Online add-ons for Lync and for also more and more for Skype. And basically, this is the only part that I had for the presentation. So I will actually give to the first speaker, to Gabor from Verba. And let's try you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Gabor Mota from Verba Technologies. And I would like to show you a brief demonstration of our co-recording solution. So just a few words about our solution before I actually start the demonstration. So we have a very unique solution which not only able to record the voice conversations or co-recording, but it can also do the video and IM modalities in a single and unified platform. And this is mostly used in a compliance or in a contact center quality assurance environment. This is a Lync qualified application, officially certified by Microsoft, and it completes the third-party contact center solutions offered by other Microsoft partners. We have a unique technology which does not really require any client-side component, so you do not need to install anything on your computers or desktop clients. We do everything on the network or on the server side. We offer a multiple set of recording technologies, which allows you to deploy the solution in different use cases, and we are also supporting different Lync environments, Lync architecture options, starting with a single Lync pool, and also with other branch offices, with SBAs and other deployment architecture options. So we are actually exhibiting here, so if you have any additional questions later on regarding the technology we have, please welcome and come to our booth at 528. And we can answer all your questions regarding the solution. So let me switch over to my computer. Thank you, Daniel. So what we have here is that we have this local Lync demo environment. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to make a video call with the other computer on this table. And hopefully you will see this. So let me just answer that. So it's not that. Okay, so we have a live video call going on in the Lync, and I'm also going to start some chat, and also just quickly answer that. So you see that we have a live video call going on with the chat. So let me first terminate this call and also close the IM conversation window. So what I'm going to do here is I actually log into the Verba portal. This is a web application, and this is what we provide to get access to the recordings. And this is also for the admin people to manage the solution. So I'm going to go to search, and you see that I have these recordings. I have a lot of different options to actually do the search. I can use a lot of different meta information, what we actually record along with the recordings in our SQL database. And you can use all these to search back the recordings. Also, we have an APIs to attach additional custom meta information. So if you see here, I have this customer ID input box here, but this is all customizable. You can have as many as you want of these type of fields, and you can also fill out these form fields, again, via an API if you want to integrate the solution with a CRM or a contact center or an ERP solution. So I'm going to just hit the playback. And what you see here is that we have the video co-recording. It seems the network was not quite good. But you see that we have this player built into the solution. And I'm just playing back the video recording along with the audio. That is why we have the waveform bar there. And you see that we have the traditional playback controls here: pause, stop, volume control, speed control, etc. And we also have some nice feature here because I can just select a certain segment on the waveform and say that, okay, this part was for some reason important. So I'm just put a label on that. I can save it to the database, and all people who can have access to this solution, to this recording, can also see that and search on that label. So this is the voice and video playback. I can also show you the IM chat I just did during the conversation. This is separately stored, but we also have a feature which allows you to actually link or find related collags or recordings. So that is why we have this special link here. Oops. Yeah, the network. So now let me just show you that again. So you see that I can just click on that icon, and I'm listing the related collags, what I have for this particular session, and I can search back recordings based on that. So this is basically the search and playback interface. The solution also comes with a AD sync module, so you can set up your users directly in the AD, and you can sync all these data with the solution, and then in that way you can manage the solution easily using your AD groups. The solution also includes the data retention framework, so you can basically manage all the recordings and media life cycle in that way, when to delete, when to archive. Cost, we have special policies what you can set up to do the management of the recordings. A solution also comes with a quality management solution. I'll just quickly show you finally a brief dashboard where you can track the different aspects of your contact center and agent quality metrics in the solution. So basically that was what I just wanted to show you briefly, and I just would like to open this question and answers part. So if you have any question, again, we are exhibiting here, so we have our booth 528, so you can come over and ask. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, can you show how you do desktop screen recording?
So the desktop, if you refer to the desktop screen capturing, where we record the entire desktop screen, that I cannot show you today, but there is a lightweight application running on the application on the desktop itself, and that is connected to the recorder. And whenever you have a voice recording, then there is an event triggering the desktop screen capture on the desktop computer, and that will start creating a video file. And once it's finished, it's being uploaded to a central server, and there we actually mix or multiplex the video recording, a desktop screen capture video with the voice recording, and finally you have a single video file containing the desktop screen capture and the voice recording together. So that is what you can play back.
So for every question, we're actually having a prize. I forgot to mention that. The Weiser book.
Sorry?
Device or book?
Device.
Device. Okay. So.
Do you have the ability to record radio traffic?
Yes, we have solution for that as well. Yeah. So actually, it's not just for Lync. So the solution is integrated with other UC environments, vendors. Yeah.
Sorry?
So from the question came from you?
No.
General.
Device. Thank you.
What quality of video do you record, or the size, or something like that?
So we originally record the original network stream in a special file format. This is primarily for performance reasons. So we are not processing the video streams on the fly. We are basically dumping down to a special file format, and later on we do post-processing. So we offer actually a special codec which allows you to play back the original network streams. That is what I actually just did here. That is why I was able to play back right after finishing the recording. But we also offer this transcoding, and we can export the recording to either Windows Media Video with different resolution and quality settings, and also MP4.
I have a question. You have specific servers, you install something on the front end, how it's working?
Yeah, so there are components which needs to be installed on the Lync servers. That is basically primarily the front-end filter. And we also have our own components running on our own servers, which can be virtualized, of course.
One more question, please.
So what policies can you create? Can you choose who gets recorded and who doesn't?
Yes, so yeah, that is why we have the AD sync. So you, for instance, you can create a special group in the AD where you would put the recorded users. And we also sync the addresses associated with that people, so like the CPURIs, the phone numbers, and that is what we actually use to trigger recording. So anytime we find a call where this and this address is participating, then that is how we know that we need to start recording for that particular user. Yes?
Okay. So what is your the USB then versus audio code?
Sorry?
Is this a similar solution than
Yes.
audio code?
Yes, but different.
What is your USB?
Okay, so one of the key differentiators what we have is the ability to record the complete UC interaction, including the video, the voice, and the IM, and we are also releasing very soon the screen and application sharing streams as well. That is a very unique selling point. And also the recording technologies we have are very flexible and scalable. So if you come over to our booth, I can tell you a lot more about that.
So in terms of the time, we have to switch to the next partner, to Bresner.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I actually ran out of devices, so I have to apologize. I only have books anymore. Oops. But we're getting some new ones here. Okay.
So I hope that the connection is still there. Looks like, yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Thank you for your interest. My name is Klaus Zünkler. I'm Principal Solution Architect with Bresner Technology, and I'm responsible mainly for the product management at Bresner, and we are developing, there's a pointer here. Okay. Oh. And we are developing add-ons for Lync. And these add-ons are partially software, partially appliances. We have a whole portfolio. In this session, I want to concentrate on call handling, specifically for the user group of manager assistants. So it's a kind of console, but it's specifically designed for assistants.
Okay. Let me switch to your PC, right?
Yeah, okay.
So.
So not to confuse you, I will switch away second window. So what we see here is on the right side the standard Lync client. It's not completely standard, so we have add-ons there as well. So for example, if I dial up a number, I can see a ringing state. We have introduced a custom state ringing so that we have the opportunity that somebody else can pick up the call if he is not able to see or hear the direct ringing. Then next to it, in the middle, you see our manager assistant console application called Lync, which is specifically designed for this user group of manager assistants. So this application has three main focus areas. One is what you can see. There's additional information contained in it, and what you can do, the phone functions. And the third one is what you can set with this tool. So these three areas. I will start now with the visual part. What you can see is, for example, I go through to Assistant 1. Assistant 1 is now offline, and you can see that he has forwarded the calls to voicemail. It's hidden here. That's important for assistants to see where the manager has forwarded the call. Later I will show you how to change this configuration.
Can I ask you a question? You have actually a
Yes,
really
please.
cool device here on the machine. So what kind of device is this here?
This is a presence light, but not only for presence information, it is also a call alert. And what's very new, we have it in a beta now, and those who win the prize will receive that as well. We have included an IM alert, which is different from the call alert, so that you never miss IMs.
So basically, when I'm sitting in the office and I'm doing a call, I would see actually the color is changing, or gives a visual effect actually to my colleagues, and they know actually I'm right now in a conference or right now in a call, right?
Yeah, right. So we can test that right away. I have a third device here,
Perfect.
but it doesn't. And I call myself.
So thankfully we have a link
Yeah.
line for every device.
Yeah. But it's a bit slow. It's still. I must allow the call, but maybe it's too late. I try again. Second try. I dial up.
Okay.
Now it switches back, so it's in the presentation mode. It's
That's okay, but what we would see is
Yeah.
actually that the color is changing or is blinking, right? If I get a call.
it's blinking and gives an alert. So I can show here. We have included it as a separate driver, and on the other hand, in our PhoneCom for Professional product. So I can select here which ringtone you like, the volume of it, and yeah, that's it in this version. Yeah, the colors. So busy in a call, you have two options. One is pulse, so that there's a red blinking, a slow blinking, so that it doesn't irritate you. Or you can set it to a constant red.
So in a large office, for example, or in a contact center, makes sense because then I would see, for example, who is right now busy, who is right now on a call, and who not, right?
That's right, and we get a lot of inquiries from contact center users.
What is the price range for the device around?
So in the US, the street price is about $45.
Okay.
And there are, of course, dealer prices available or discounts for larger quantities.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, that was also a visual device to see the status of myself or of colleagues, if everybody has it. I want to continue with what else we can see. We can see if somebody is dialing in, who is calling there, if it's in a pickup group. So by the way, there are blue and gray contacts. They are synchronized, by the way, with the Lync client. And the blue ones are those which can be picked, and the gray ones not. And if I can see who is calling and I want to take that call, I see the number, or if I know that number, Lync knows the number, then I see the name, then I can directly pick that call. Okay, yeah, then if I swap to to other companies, for example, Microsoft. I can see the...
All busy, right?
You're busy, yeah. No, you are not in the list yet. I have to add you. And there we can see the company name, or if it's internal, I switch over to personal. I can see the department if there's no example right now. They are too long offline or inactive. So additional information is shown here. So then we have some special contacts here. It's in the middle. You see the stack devices there. The stack devices have nothing to do with Lync, but they look like as if they are Lync devices. So what we did there, we added some virtual endpoints in Lync and did two connections, one for getting voice calls through. For the first one, you see it, DECT 54, that there is a call forwarding set. So if you dial up this number, just press this button, there's a call forwarding to an external number. So from the Lync side, this external device is just a phone number. And on the other side, you can see the presence there. And the presence is the presence source is, in this case, our own gateway, what we developed for Lync, but it can be also a CTI link. So there are two, in this case, Siemens phones. We have a Siemens switch, which is connected via CTI link, and therefore you can see if the Siemens phones are busy. Okay, there is a lot of combination possible of different features, which makes it really cool in use. Okay, the next area is what you can do with a quick link application. So as you have seen already, with one click we have optimized it, everything to be reachable by one single click. With one click we can directly call this contact, or if I change the default, I just quickly do it. Set the default communication to IM, and then try to reach Mitch. You see the pointer has changed to the chat pointer. It means when I open that window, I can first chat. I can chat with Mitch and then escalate to a voice call. And this was a feature requested by the US market, so we can adapt to the user's preferences. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah, okay. So we can try a call. So it's on my headset then. Mitch is now downstairs at the booth. Connecting a bit slowly, but this is standard functionality. Yeah, something went wrong, but that's a network. But
that's a conference network.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. What else can you do with the context menu? You can. I have to take another example. For example, my family. I can call, the other numbers are lost, I don't know where. So I can set the numbers to different types. For example, you can see here that I can call my home with a home number, or here it's a mobile number. So this pointer depends on what is preset to that contact.
I have a question. So I see in the menu you have also Skype here inside. So what does that mean?
Yeah. It's just a group I have collected in my Lync client, and that are contacts with Skype accounts. It's for testing purposes, just one. We are still in the beginning to test that. Yeah, just a grouping. But we added Skype accounts here. Okay, what else? So to go a bit quicker, I explain it. If I am in a call, and I want to transfer that call. Transferring call is a complaint we got very often that it's too complex. With the quick link application, it's working with one single click as well. So if I'm in a call, I click the other third party I want to transfer to. I just click it and then can start the conference call. And another button will pop up that I can immediately complete the transfer. So it's as the minimum of clicks what's possible. So we counted it with a standard Lync client. It was 3 clicks for initiating the transfer, but it's 1 click with a PhoneCom for a quick Lync application. Okay, the last area of functions we have implemented here is I have to go to the internal contacts again because Microsoft does not allow to change anything on their network. That's my demo here. So I can change, for example, the call forwarding for Assistant 1. So over the Atlantic, back and forth takes a while. Then I get the settings for this for Assistant 1. I've got the rights to do that. We have a multi-layer right concept to do that. We can set there the second call treatment. For example, the call could be suppressed and forwarded to somebody else, or it can be set to busy. If it's forwarded to somebody else, it follows the rule which is defined in the Lync client for unanswered calls. Then I can set specific call forwarding options which can be used in parallel of Lync. They have a different logic, and so you can select the standard Lync logic or the call forwarding logic we provide in phone comfort. For example, simultaneous ring or call forwarding, which follows also behind response groups. Response groups calls cannot be forwarded in the standard Lync model, but sometimes it's required, and we can do that using this function. Of course, you can also set here the call forwarding with Lync, the standard Lync call forwarding. We can set also the presence, so if the manager is looking out of his door and says, please do not disturb, I want to forward all calls to you, and then the assistant can do it immediately out of this application. So no IT ticket has to be opened to do that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay, I think that was most of it.
Yeah. Any questions?
Is this an add-on to the Lync client, or does this replace the Lync client?
No, it doesn't replace it. It's sitting on top of it. So it's using the Lync SDK, and it's an addition. There are users which have both open, both clients. There are users which minimize the Lync client. It depends on the specific working mode of that of the user.
Next question was here.
Does it work with Office 365? And in the back end, is it using the Lync delegation to provide access?
We have functions which are using the delegations. So if we want to retrieve rights, we do it from the delegation. But delegation is an independent functionality which can be used, and it's a bit more difficult now to explain the user or find out together with the user what is the optimal use of these additional functions, because there are so many combinations available.
Sure, but it works with Lync Online and Office 365.
It works with Lync. Yeah, the only prerequisite is that there are two. One is that must be a client which has the Lync SDK as an API, because we need it, so not yet available for the Windows 8 full client. On the other hand, we need a service which must be deployed next to the Lync server, and Lync Online 365 doesn't have that, but there are other service providers which provide that, so you can find it.
Next question. I haven't seen where it was, but I just, yeah.
Sure. Are you able to, with your add-on there, are you able to define more advanced call answer rules? Like, I look at pretty limited with, your do not disturb mode. You can only specify people in a particular group and get through. Can I specify, like, do not disturb for all but these, like, whitelisted numbers?
Yes. One feature is there, which might not be the complete thing what you are looking for. Oh, yeah, I need it. Okay, the personal setting with the phone call for a professional client. And there in the middle, you can set, for example, exceptions for call forwarding. So if somebody has set a call forwarding on the top here, if I forward all calls to the assistant, that are the exceptions I can set, which can go directly through. So it's one partial answer. Yeah. Okay.
One short question, then afterwards we're running out of time, unfortunately. So the rest of questions afterwards, please. One more.
Do you have a mobile integration?
We are working on that. Yeah.
Because then you said about then the transfer of the code, and then it would be great then if you can transfer it back then from the mobile then to the desktop.
Ah, you mean from the client side? I thought you meant something different. We don't have yet a mobile client to do that.
Because Unify has something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, next speaker, Yossi from NICE. It's okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, just give us a second here, please.
So it can be programmed against sources of process. Nobody did it yet, but it's possible to do that.
This.
Okay, thank you. My name is Yossi Asiag. I'm product manager at NICE, product manager at the Unified Communication, Connectivity, and Recording Group. If we're talking about NICE, we are the leading vendor at the WFO space, workforce optimization. And our task is to take our customers, our enterprise customer, and bring them closer to their customers. We are doing it by those three dimensions. First, we collect information about the customer. Then we act in real time when we have the interaction with the customers. We engage the employee. And eventually we close the loop in order to gain better interaction or to prevent the next interaction. Our breadth of solution include the following. In terms of knowing the customers, we, of course, doing the recording. This is the first layer, the basic layer that we're doing. Then we are doing interaction analysis. We have interaction analytics solution in place. We discover the customer journey, pattern and trends. We have just announced a cloud-based solution for customer engagement analytics based on big data technologies. And we have also a solution for a voice of the customer. We can gain information following the interaction on the customer experience with the enterprise. We're doing speech and desktop analysis to impact in real time the interaction. It can happen in several ways. We can pop up a screen with the next best action to the agent. We can provide additional support, optimize the solution, the process that the agent has in place in order to minimize the process and the interaction with the customer. And we are doing also customer authentication. This is based on real-time authentication. When you call up to a contact center, and this is mainly for the financial institution, we're checking the voice, comparing to your voice print, and minimize the authentication time. The next dimension is the employees' engagement. We have the workforce management solution, so we can staff and schedule very sophisticatedly, and this is mainly for a large contact center, the agent. We have a performance management solution. We're actually the leading vendor also in this category of the market, based on acquisition that we have done about 2 years ago of Merced, that provides performance management solution per agent and align the performance of the agent with the business goals of the enterprise. And eventually we close the loop. Once we know the voice of the customer, we get the feedback on the interaction. We can provide additional actions for coaching, for improving the next interaction, and improve the agent performance. And we can, based on that, manage the incentive to the agents. That's it? Okay, I'm going to talk, it's depends on the time that I'm going to have here, about 3 solution or features that we have. First is going to be interaction analytics. Second is hot topics in the contact center. And if we have more time, about quality management, automated quality management. So let's start with interaction analytics. I'm logging to the system as an analyst. And I'm getting the following screen. I'm getting several categories here. Operational efficiency, okay? Do I have a long calls in the contact center? I have customer experience, which we have net promoter scores, churn customers, and we have also compliance validation. So those are the 3 categories that we have usually in the contact center. Operational efficiency, that you are closing the call efficiently. From the other hand, you have the customer experience. You don't want to close the call very quick without having the customer and its problem resolved. And the compliance validation to ensure that everything that your agent, your employees interacting with your customers are according to the regulation and policy that you have in place. Let's dive into the long calls. We see that we are in the red there. And we see that we have 4 categories here that are trending. We see that if we are going also into the details, we are getting the root cause topics of those calls, okay? This is based on categorization of the topics before that you are going to use it, and this is based on your business and your work with our business consulting team. And you can see the words that you find at the interaction with the customers. Let's do visual context analysis. And around payment, you are going to see the other words that are showing up and their correlation to payment. So you have a strong correlation of late fee charge, note loading, note sure with payment. So we have 2 topics here. One is that your customer are being charged and have a late fee. And second, this is more the agent side. It takes them time to get the payment online, and they are trying to gain more time in order to provide the right answer to the customer. Let's go to the operational insight. So here you can see what is in this specific team, what are the most common used applications? They are using the knowledge base application, the CRM. And if we are going into those categories, you can see what are the most used pages that those agents are going to use. They are checking about guidance of outstanding payment, online payment. So it gives the analyst in the contact center a direction. What is the problem that this specific team, this specific group of agents are suffering, and how it is translated to long calls, to average hold time that is more than expected according to their KPI. You also, if the analyst wants, he can also drill down to get the specific calls that that generated this topic at the analytics. So this is the traditional way to do interaction analytics in the contact center. We have also introduced a few months ago a new solution around analytics that is called Hot Topics. The difference between categorization and hot topics is the following. At categorization, you need to think ahead what you are going to look for. Okay? You want to find the billing issues. Okay? You need to find what kind of words are going to appear at the interaction around billing. From the other hand, hot topics give you kind of automated tool that give you the hot words, hot subject at the contact center without any configuration before the setting up of the hot topics. So let's go and see the hot topics. Okay, at the left hand, you can see here the hot topics that were found at the contact center. I'm going to pick one of the categories here. Okay. So you are getting here a bubble, and you can see as larger is the bubble, it means that it appears more and more at the contact center. You can also have a view of the trending of this hot topic, so you can see what is going up and what is going down. If you are going to move over those bubbles, you are going to see what is the rank of each topic here at the contact center. So you can see here that for example, this one is trending up. Okay, and you can drill down also to the interaction that's built or that are related to this topic. We can even a second. Okay, so you have hand in hand the call recording and the screen capture of this agent. And this is all tied up to the hot topic. So as a manager of contact center, you can have this tool without pre-configure it. You can see what is happening in the contact center. You are getting insight, and based on that, you can refine the analytics or the process, or to guide the analyst to go further down the road and find the root causes of the issues that are surfacing at the contact center. How much time do I have?
Actually, I think you ran out.
Out. So,
Any questions at this point?
okay.
Please.
Yes.
Does your language analytics, especially the hot topic, depends on language definition? It has from which language do you support?
We have about 10 languages that we support. In Europe, we have a list of languages that we support. I can drill down later and give you the list.
Within the 10. So 10 in the whole world.
Yeah, there are several dialects. For example, in China, there are 3 dialects that we support, but in general, 10 languages. Yes.
In terms of the time, one more question, please. The rest then after the session, please.
Do we have different hot topics based on different call centers?
Yes. You can have per LOBs, per group of agents. You can set it up because each group is going to have its own hot topics. Okay, if you have technical support and sales group, you're going to have different hot topics. And billing, you're going to have a pretty different hot topics per group.
Oops.
Thank you. If you have more questions, I'm going to be here after this session, and feel free to ask me. And thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So, then I want to switch to the next partner. So Matthias from Colima will show us the next demo for the next 50 minutes. Okay. Yep. Can put your video in. So just give us a second, please. Yeah, on the keyboard. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Want to see for okay. So it's better now, I think.
Oh, much better.
Okay, thank you. I'm Matthias Engelmann from Colima, and I'm here with my CEO, Matthias Friedrichs. He is assisting me a bit, and I'm responsible at Colima for product management, new features, etc. And at first, I'd like to say thank you to Daniel and the Lync team for your invitation and for this great event in this city. So I'd like to show you some of our new features of our upcoming version of our product Cerebro. So what's important to know about Cerebro, it's server-based, a pure server-based platform product, which is be installed on front-end servers, and we don't need any client plugins or so. We always try to avoid to install client plugins, and until now, I think we were almost successful with it on it. And yeah, simply simple is our motto, and yeah, we always try to build products which make Lync users more happy. And I'd like to show you some of our new features. Let's start with call pickup. We named it Universal Call Pickup, and in difference to the included call pickup from the Lync 2013 server, we have some improvements which are very important or useful, especially for our customers in Europe and Asia or South Africa or so. And I would say, okay, let's start a short demo of call pickup. So here I have, this is Matt Engelmann, my client. So now we got it. On the right side, you see my Lync client. And on the left side, this is my colleague, Taurus Decker, without picture, as you see. But no, this should be a problem. So Matthias, please give me a call or give him a call. The audio device is missing. Okay.
Don't call it out what kind of machine you use.
This could be. Okay, and in the meantime, let me shortly describe the difference again of the call pickup feature. It's possible to build pickup groups depend on the security groups in the Active Directory. You just have to build a group, name it with pickup. The pickup has to be included in the name, and yeah, then you have a one pickup group. And so you only need to remember one pickup code for all users, for instance, *5. So nobody has to know a different code for different targets he wants to pick. So this are the main benefits. And yeah, additionally, you get an email notification if you if one of your calls got picked from another user. Ready? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's great.
I have another audio device here if you
I wasn't prepared for that, so let me think.
So let's give it a moment. We have to, yeah, that's live, right? We have to connect the audio device. If there are any other questions right now, right, during the waiting time, then it's probably a good moment to ask. Yeah, so just raise the hand if you have questions. Otherwise, let's give it a moment. Okay.
Okay, so imagine this colleague Tore is in another room, so I can't hear it ring. But this is one improvement we implemented, that we display the ringing state as well as a call setup state. If you would dial a number, then you get automatically in the status call setup. This is important for different reasons. And so I can see in my client there's, that a call is ringing at Tore's device. So what I'm doing now is I'm just pressing *5. Oh, it's a bit slow. Then I get a copy of the call and can decide to answer this call or to leave it so another colleague could pick it. This is also a difference. So if I pick it up, then no, I should be connected to Matt. So now we are in a call. So this is quite simple. Okay. One of the next features I want to introduce, we are from the routing history. So we implemented rule-based call forwardings and rule-based call routings. So you can, with it, you can do a lot of things. And for instance, we will show you how to forward a call if you are engaged. So for that, I will establish a call. One moment. So Tor is back on his desk, so I'm engaged with him. So, and now Matthias is trying to reach Tor, just for instance. So this is what usually happens. You get a secondary call, but in many cases, especially in Europe, you don't want it. And the solution for it is, please disconnect, just to forward the call in this case. So if you call, Matthias is calling me now, and I have set up a call forwarding rule. So I will not be disturbed, at least on my desk, but on my mobile phone at the moment. So now he's connected to my mobile. So this is, so with the rule engine you can do many scenarios. The next we want to show is presence-based routing. So as you can imagine, if Matthias is ringing me, then he will reach me. He reaches me on my desk. But for instance, if I set my status to appear away, imagine I'm still in the office, but in the kitchen or whatever. So I'm on away, but please give me a call. And what should happen is that the call gets redirected or forwarded to Tore. So as you can see, so just disconnect. So and now imagine, okay, it's out of office time and I'm leaving the office and set my present status to off work. And now there's another rule set up for my very important person callers, customers. And so if he reaches me now, then the call should also get redirected to my mobile phone number, as you can see. So actually, these are the main pieces. Okay, I forgot one. The status setting. Okay. Now imagine I'm out of the office, but I forgot to set my status. So my calls, even they from the very important person customers, are ringing on my desk in the office. So that's what I want to avoid. So Matthias?
I'm the secretary.
Yes, you are the secretary. And you recognize that I forgot to set my present status to off work. And this is a typical boss admin scenario. And so he just sent an IM message, for instance, cerebro.setStatus, for instance, to away. And if he's allowed to do that, then my present status will be set to away. And so the routing rule matches, and the call would get redirected to Tor in this case, or even to my mobile number. Depends on the status he set. So you can build many scenarios with it, and it's just about to give you an idea to develop your own scenarios. And we are very interested in your feedback, and maybe here or later online or via other communication channels. We are located at booth 6, and I hope I don't forget anything. Okay.
I have lots more paper, as you can see here. If you're interested, I can make copies for you.
Guys, I need to make more advertising for PowerPoint, huh?
Avoid some power slide wars.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So we have around 10 minutes left. So if you have questions to any of those partners, so now is the time to ask. Right? There are a couple of books left as well. So I would invite you to just raise your hand if you have a question, and then afterwards to address it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the speakers just stand up for a moment. Okay. Any questions? Please.
Just one about a nice presentation. You
Yes.
talk about voice print authentication. How do you deal with that? Because our experience is that when a person sometimes it's false. How do you deal with that?
So there is a trade-off between how fast you want to authenticate the caller and your false alarms. If you're doing as fast as you can in order to gain operational efficiency, then you are going to get more false alarms. We're taking about 20 to 30 seconds to authenticate. It's around 20 seconds. And we're collecting the voice print during the interaction of this specific customer with the enterprise. So as much as voice print we are going to have via mobile, via landline, we are going to have more better database in order to authenticate this user. Okay?
Any other questions? Don't have to carry it. Any other questions? Okay, perfect. Well, in this case, thanks to the speaker, thanks for the audience, of course. And if you do have any questions, right, so you can find all the partners actually in the exhibition area downstairs. Or actually after the question, there's some time. And the next session actually starts at 2:45. It's about contact center apps, so I would invite you, maybe you want to join the session as well. We're having other partners actually invited to show contact center applications and extensions, and I would love to see you in the audience, right? Well, thank you very much. Yeah, and thanks.